Hello friends, welcome to you all. So today I'll be talking about life not being an Olympic race. But before that, let me share with you another story about a race. You know the familiar story, the tortoise and the hare. So in a forest there lived a tortoise, there lived a hare. They decided to run this race. And then what happens? The hare, for some reason, sleeps under a tree, and the tortoise is slowly and steadily able to win the race. So hence the saying, slow and steady win the race. But in today's time, slow and steady do not win the race, or they hardly win the race, because it's a fast-paced world wherein everyone has to be performing to the peak. The faster you finish something, the better it is for you. So let's change the story a bit for today's times. See, today is the times for change. From a mobile to every gadget or computer, laptop, television set, every 1 or 2 years we dispose them, not because they are not working fine. They are working perfectly fine, but change is in the air. What will a friend say if you carry the old mobile? Oh, perhaps we'll use the latest features which we hardly may use. So when so many things are changing, let's change the story too. So the hare this times again challenges the tortoise. Run a race of my time and my choosing. The poor gullible tortoise fell for it. And now, to his alarm, he finds a new track which the hare has chosen to be full of obstacles. There were shrubs, there were stones, there were potholes. The tortoise could not finish the race. Meanwhile, the hare could hop, skip and jump, and he completed the race in record time. So now they're fighting with each other who is the best. They then seek the counsel of the old wise owl and ask him to decide who is the best. The owl looks at them and says, well, my dear friends, why are you fighting like cats and dogs? You don't even look like a cat, you don't look like a dog. And he says, I cannot decide like this. One race you have won, one race he has won. So let there be a tiebreaker. So the next time the owl chooses a track. And do you know how the track was? It was the most difficult track. It had huge boulders, it had mountains, it had valleys, it had canyons, it had gorges, it had lakes, it had ponds. The tortoise and the hare look at each other frightened, because now it was no longer a matter of winning and losing, it was a matter of life and death. Because a rabbit or a hare cannot swim, he will drown in the lake. And the tortoise cannot climb the mountain or go through a valley without breaking its neck. So they kind of know this is the end of life if they run this race. Meanwhile, the owl goes to announce to the whole world that this race is going to happen. So what do people do when they have, they're depressed or sad? Do they meditate? Do they, discuss with each other? So like most people do, they went to the bar and they started drinking. One drink, second drink, third drink. The bartender approaches them and says, why are you drinking like a fish? You both even don't look like a fish. So they said, leave us alone. This is the end of our life. Tomorrow this race is going to happen. And the stupid owl has made this race even worse for us. So leave us alone. The bartender says, I have a plan. And she whispers a plan in the ears. So next day, the race starts. Everyone has come from far and wide. And they start running. They're running and running and running. And soon, once they were outside the sight of all the people, or the animals rather, they started executing the plan. And the plan was that wherever there was a lake, the hare or the rabbit would jump on the back of the tortoise, and the tortoise would easily swim across. And wherever there was a valley or a mountain, the hare would carry the tortoise on its back. And like this, slowly and steadily, they were able to overcome all the obstacles, and they reached the finishing line at the same time. Both were declared winners. It was a win-win situation. So friends, in life, today we live in an interconnected world, interdependent world, no longer as an independent world. So when we all are connected, it is best that we look for a win-win situation for all of us and not compete always. Competition has to give way to collaboration, cooperation in today's times. That's why today's businesses, they're forging partnerships. Not only are they competing to some extent, but they are making partnerships so that both can have each other's pie of business. And coming to life not being Olympic race, see, each one has his own goals, own dreams, ambitions, desires. So isn't it best that we run our own races rather than competing for the same thing? Most of the people are running the same race. They don't know why they're running, what is the objective, what is the goal. But since everyone is running this race, let's also run this race. Maybe we'll win this race. See, in this race, there is only one winner. Rest all are losers. So not treating life as an Olympic race may be perhaps the best thing. Run your own race, because in that you're competing with yourself. So friends, with that message that run your own race, have your own goals to pursue, and not being affected by the other or outside world or what other people are doing, that may be the best way to live in today's times, and also live in cooperation, collaboration, harmony. So friends, with that I'll conclude today's video. Please like, share, subscribe my video. Till next time.